Welcome back to another episode of Did I Lie Podcast. Sitting here with Shanae and Jaleesa.
Yo.
What's up, y'all?
And we were just discussing, friendships, because not for nothing, sometimes your friends are your family. Right, guys?
Or not.
Or not. If it's a or not, then maybe they should not be a part of your life.
Could be the death of you.
That's true. So basically, today we're going to break down the different dynamics of friendships. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone where it's formed into a friendship after y'all have broken up? Have you joined into a relationship after being friends with someone? Or just friendships, point blank, period? That's my homegirl. Her mama know me. Her daddy seen me. Like me with y'all. Y'all parents know who the fuck I is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, childhood friendships.
What changes? What doesn't change? Do y'all grow apart? Do you come back together? How all of those things swirl in one?
Yeah. Like
Co-workers
how me and you
turn
started. We
friends.
actually had a fight first.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What was it, like 3rd or 4th grade?
Right.
No, we didn't curse. We was babies.
Were little girls. and I have, and mind you, I guess you could say selective memory. I remember what the fuck I want to remember. But I distinctly remember me and my homegirls from church playing outside in Queensbridge, and it was like in front of the church, and y'all and your mom walked by, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Ixa." This is back when I called her Ixa, and
What do you call her now?
Shanae.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my mother.
No.
Sorry.
So I'm like, "Oh, hi, Ixa," and the bitch barely spoke back, and I was just like, "Oh, that's how we do it. All right, cool." Mind you, this is all in my third grade mind. And then like maybe an hour later, I remember your dad pulling up, and he was like talking to my mom, and he was like, "Yeah, I think the girls got into something or another." And I'm like, "What did we get into?" I was legit lost.
It was one of those situations where parents blew it. And I was like, what? I didn't even say that.
I was just like, wait a second. I was like,
said I go to school with her.
Right. I was like, no, that's my friend. And my mom was like, well, whatever you did, don't be bothering people. At that time, I wasn't even a bully. I think I became a bully in LIC. I wasn't even a bully in fucking in elementary school, junior high school. I'm like, wait,
if you was a bully in elementary school,
right, you're probably a loser now.
Yeah,
no. So that was our little fight in the 3rd grade, and then skip a few years, then we became the best of friends. But how would you guys categorize like your friendships in your lives? Like what?
I would say messy. This is Shanae. I had like a so messy lifestyle. Like all my childhood friends, I used to like love. We all loved each other and praised each other. I was always around Shayna. I was always around Tina. And like as we grew older, we just grew apart. And I feel like it's kind of that not fake situation, but like, oh, hey, me and Tina are still kind of cool, but Shayna don't talk to me
White
at
girl
all.
Tina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Shayna's family, and there's family issues. So I wouldn't really
I get
categorize
it.
her in that.
Well, you know how I'm just a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, why you don't want to talk to me? Like, I always want to stop her and be like, so you don't want to talk to me?
I went to junior high school with her. We went to the same junior high school, I guess, because she's from
I heard
Roosevelt
she was
Island.
like a mean girl anyway.
She wasn't.
No?
No. She was
I heard
the
she was one of
sweetest
them
thing.
dancer mean girls.
No, she was so sweet, so nice in junior high school. And I think she got a little pop off the fact that her sisters were who they are, whatever. And that was that. But I can't recall a single time but she was nasty to me.
She was never nasty to me. She just don't talk to me no more.
Yeah. But like Jaleesa said, it's, y'all got
Family
y'all
things.
issues.
Family issues.
So, yeah. What about you, Jaleesa?
Growing up, I had a few friends. There's some friends, I think naturally y'all grow apart because y'all drift to different schools and your family probably moved to Jersey or Florida, whatever. I had a couple of friends that let me just say this. To me, my friends I don't have that friendship that y'all got. Y'all still have a few friends that y'all still together. Y'all see each other over the weekend. For me, I had middle school friends that I still say hi to. If I ever log into Facebook, I see these bitches. I dormed in college. Those girls, naturally, we drift apart, but they're my first roommates. I'm still friends with them. Bitches who got friends with at work. I no longer work there. They no longer work there. I think I have distant friends, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I had
Me
a
too.
loss in a friend recently, and that was my ride or die, my girl. But I don't. You'll never see me except for Tish. I love Tish. Shout outs to Tish. She might come on this podcast soon. Except for her, you don't really see me. You don't see friends over my house. You don't see me out and about with these bitches. Will I go to brunch once a month with one of them? Yes, but I don't really have that.
Damn, y'all got me
Text.
feeling like I'm hella mixy now. Listening to y'all shit.
But that's because all my
I'm
friendships is like kind of gone. Like I
okay.
was really close with mad friends in elementary, and we stayed together to high school, and then after that, it kind of like yeah.
Bitches had
I'm
And I'm
kids.
like,
It's
what
just
the
it's
hell?
weird.
I'm like the complete opposite of both of you.
You got mad friends, bitch.
It's not that I have mad friends. I just feel like I have a solid core of like real friendships, which is such a blessing.
On some Sex in the City
Um,
shit.
yeah, like I have my Sex in the City clique, like
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do. But then I have my friends that are just like boss dons, and they like level me up and teach me different things about my money and about saving or about traveling and different things. Like so, just from the start, my growing up friends, I'm still friends with them. Tiara, that like literally we were born together. I was born first. She was born a couple of months. Our initials are the same, just in opposite, opposite, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So that's like my first friend in life, like technical friend. I have an older sister, and I guess you say she's like my first friend, but
That was
in
my
the
thing. Y'all bitches is my friend. Like, if I ever
right,
get into an issue, I text y'all. I don't have a friend that.
exactly,
Well,
like a
we're gonna get into
sister.
it in a second because I think
Yeah,
we all have friends for different reasons for different purposes. I will
right.
text one of my friends for one thing and not the other. So we can get
Mm-hmm.
into that. But go ahead.
Yeah, so there's Tiara, and then we grew up with Kiki, and then a fourth girl, and we all went to church together. So we saw each other consistently several times throughout the week because we had choir rehearsal, and we had Bible study, and we had children's church, and then we had church, and then we had dance rehearsal, and then so we saw each other all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
those were like my core friends growing up, plus Shanae, and then a couple of other girls from elementary school. As we got older, we all, like you said, we all kind of went our different ways, different schools, yada yada yada. As we've become adults, like we were all in Tiara's wedding. Tiara's like the mom and the wife and all of that. She's got the kids, the husband, the house, the dog, the this, the that. So we're all cool. Kiki and I, we've recently come back into each other's lives just after finding out some things that weren't exactly accurate. The fourth girl, she is no longer a part of the clique.
She got kicked
From
out.
she kicked herself out.
Oh,
Bitch was delusional. She was a liar. She was she was one of those fake, and we'll get into this, but she was one of those fake friends that you really didn't know was fake, or maybe you had a sense she was fake, and like your other friends would tell you, like Shanae would be like, that bitch is fake, and I would be like, no, this is my friend from
I feel like sometimes
childhood.
in life, like yeah, exactly. Like some of these relationships that we have are so detrimental, and we just don't
It's the
understand it.
history of
Yeah, the
it. It's the
history.
history of, I've been friends with you since we were 6 years old.
Yeah,
So even though you doing some weird shit, like you moving funny, but because I love you, because I've
yeah,
known you forever,
exactly.
I'm just gonna like
Yeah,
not pay attention to it. And that was my thing with her. There were a lot of things that was happening, and I would talk to Shanae, or I would talk to my sister, and they would be like, why are you friends with
yeah.
her? That's not your friend.
But I think
So
ultimately we're not gonna sit on this show and be bashing all the girls we used to be friends with.
no, because
We
no.
have a love for y'all,
right.
and this is just life. Everyone goes through things.
What was it she said on the LC? I forgive you, but I want to forget you. Like that's how I feel. Like I
Yeah.
have all the love in the world. I'm happy for whatever it is she's doing in life. But I told this to Kiki and Tiara, like us going our separate ways. At first I held a lot of guilt for it because I thought it was like my fault the way everything transpired, and we can maybe talk about that on another show because it's such a detailed situation. But I held a lot of guilt like it was my fault, but the more I dissected it and the more I reached out to my real friends about it, they were like, bitch, you didn't do anything. Like, there's nothing for you to be sad or guilty about. You go your way, she goes her way, and that's that. And that's just how that went. As an adult now, like I said, I have like my Sex in the City friends, Shannon, who you guys may hear from in another episode, and of course you guys, and then my homegirl Danny. So it kind of sounds like I'm mixy and I got mad friends, but I really don't. Like Chanel
I
and
don't think you
Shannon,
mixy.
right? I'm really not,
You
because
got your
I
core group.
exactly, like if I were to like invite all of my friends out, I would have like, it would be like
But
a,
that's your birthday was lit. We all
yeah,
was
like
in.
we would be rolling deep if I had all my homegirls show up, like Diana, Alicia. Those are my like sisters, like, and those were work friendships, like that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jaleesa mentioned earlier. Those are people I began working with, and didn't expect anything from it, and then lo and behold, 5 years later, we're dumb tight.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like let's say if I had a wedding, I would have 4 bridesmaids, two who know each other, who I invite to like the baby
Let me just say
shower.
this. Don't feel obligated to put me in y'all's wedding when y'all do it,
You done
because
lost your mind.
What are you talking about?
don't feel obligated to have me in your wedding. Only reason why I say this is because my wedding is going to literally be like two people standing up there, because I don't want
We not
a
worried about what you doing.
thousands of bridesmaids. Like my sister's wedding, her wedding anniversary was yesterday. They've been married 10 years, I think together 17. My sister's wedding, a mother and a daughter, a fist fought like strangers in the street. That scarred me to where I was like, I'm never, and y'all know them. I'll tell y'all who they are after. But they were like, the mom had lumps on her face in the wedding
Why?
pictures because the daughter showed up late. And it's like, it's the wedding. People are naturally going to be late, as long as when they get there, we just get shit done. That was my point of view, but I got where the mom was coming
You talking
from.
about ceremony or
No,
party?
no, no. Before getting, like, as getting ready, like in the
Oh,
morning. So she shows up late, and I guess the mom was trying to flex for us. And when she said this, I was like, oh, they dead ass. She was like, Ma, don't play like you don't know what it is. And I was like, oh. So yeah, so that's the only reason why I say don't feel like y'all have to have me in your wedding. I'm fine showing up as a guest or being behind the scenes helping y'all and primping, but
You
yeah.
trying to Samantha Jones me and you're not doing it.
So those are like my friendships. It low key sounds mixy, but it's not. Like these are all girls that like I've been friends with for years.
it's a
At this
blessing to
point,
have
at
that
least
crew.
7 to 10 years. At this point, 5 to 7 to 10 years, I've been friends with all of these people or longer. So I'm very grateful for my friendships, because I know like a lot of people struggle in that aspect, and I just don't. Like if I don't want to be your friend, I won't fuck with you. You
Right.
never got to worry about Fatima fake fucking with you. If I don't want to talk, I'm not. Simple as that.
I have 2 childhood friends I still kick it with. One high school friend I still kick it with, and 3 coworkers that I still kick it with. Not including like the roommates from college, but um and I have friendships with each of them for different reasons, and it's not I don't that doesn't sound I don't want it to sound funny like that, but like business, like you saying, leveling me up in business, and she's the wife and she's the homeowner and she always has a new idea to start some type of nonprofit. That's Tish. And I go to her when I need that. And she's young. She goes out more than I do. And I want to say she's 40, right? And I'm 28 years old. And we click, and she's that bitch who, like, she'll tell her husband, bye, I'm going to a boat party. And he don't, and that's just the type of relationship that they have. Watch the baby, and then she'll call me, and I'm the grandma sitting on the couch. Why do I gotta go out? But she drags me out of the house, and she levels me up. She's that kind of friend to me. Karen, who she's psycho. Psycho meaning like another one who will just go out to the club wanting to have a good time. She don't give a fuck. And I think what I'm trying to say is I have types of friends that I rely on for different things. I speak to them for different reasons, and I feel like all of them are the opposite of who I am. I'm a homebody. Let's say if I was in a relationship, I will always want to be with my man. I love to be at home, and I get that from my mother. And they are the opposite of me, where they always want to go out. They always want to party, have a good time. They're young spirited, and I need that because if they were also homebodies, we'll all be in the fucking house not doing anything.
Right.
Like me and Fatima.
Basically, like I would say 90% of Shanae and I's friendship is spent in the house. Like
Right.
we
We was in
don't
her
go
room.
basically
Or you was
in the
over at our
room,
house.
exactly in the room or at you guys' house in the kitchen eating, cooking something, and your mom like losing her mind because wait a second, I gotta clean that. Wait, no, I'll do it. So yeah, but you know what I love about like what's happening now? I feel like a lot of women are understanding that we need each other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you're seeing that a lot across social media where like women are coming together, we're sticking up for each other, we're not letting niggas drag us, or we're like, you know, reaffirming one another like, sis, know your worth, add tax. Don't let that
Definitely.
nigga, you know what I'm saying, get away with
Definitely.
murder, which is great because a lot of times people like to play like women always fall out. Like honestly, in 31 years, I've had one fallout of an actual friendship.
And why? What was the fallout? What was the reason why?
I have
Because
40.
a lot of bitches
Um,
assume it's because over a man
it
or some.
was.
Oh,
Yeah. For my
It
situations
was
too, it was
my
our
situation.
man.
It
we
was
really let these niggas get in the way.
no, but
Come on now.
here's the thing, and I'll give a quick synopsis because, like I said earlier, it's very detailed. So the girl that I was talking about, like where was the four of us in church, that we grew up with, she felt like I guess maybe I poached my man, the man I'm with now that I've been with for 4 years. I guess she felt like I went after him, but realistically he was my coworker for like a year and a half before she met him, and we never flirted. We never had any indication of liking each other. He was like dead my friend, and we all went out, all of our coworkers, and I told her, "Come on, like let's come with us, blah blah blah." And I tried to play matchmaker, so they didn't match, and she liked him more than he liked her, and I'll call a spade a spade. Maybe he didn't handle it the best because he's a tourist, and that nigga just stopped talking to her. Like instead of just explaining, like, you know what, I think we're better off as like, you know, just being cool. I don't see that from us. This nigga just dead stopped talking, like never spoke to her again. And I'm like, so it kind of made it seem like I jumped in and leaped on him, but he had his own reasons for not being interested. She felt that she kept calling it the girl code, like I went against the code because
That
she
was my
liked
next
him.
question. You don't
And
think you went against the girl code?
I don't think I went against the girl code because they never really dated. They sat in front of his house and ate White Castle. She never has been inside of his home. They never kissed. They never had sex. They never, like, she can't tell you anything about him. She can maybe say, oh, he's a barber. Everybody knows that.
So when is girl code in effect? Like they went on first date and it didn't
Listen,
work.
I'm a chill ass bitch, first of all, and that's the type of women I'm used to. When Shanae and I would go out once in a blue moon when we decided to go to the club, if one of our niggas would be like, yo, come through, I'm picking you up or whatever, we never got heated like, bitch, you about to leave me. No, we'd be like, bitch, I'm going to see my man, see you later. So
Yeah, we already know what time it is.
I'm coming from cool friendships where my friends don't get mad if I want to go see my man after the club. My friends don't get mad if I want to do something else. So I just naturally thought she would be cool with understanding, like, being that you didn't really have anything with him, and now he's telling me like, oh, I kind of like feel like you're the one I want to be with. You're the person
Yeah,
I
I
want to
understand.
explore this shit with. I thought she would be cool, but then once my other friends that knew her better, well, not knew her better, but knew her as long as I did, they was like, bitch, why would you think that? Like this bitch, she's not all wrapped too tight. So I feel girl code is when you're invested in that man, when you have dated him, when you have gotten to know him on another level, when you have even if y'all just fucked. If they had even had sex once, I would have never looked at him. That's a guaranteed fact. But the fact that y'all were just kicking it, that's like me kicking it with y'all brother. That's like me telling your brother's girlfriend, that's my man because I've been around him my whole life. I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. But even though I've been around Chris my whole life, I still don't know him. Like, I know his birthday. I know his sign, which goes along with his birthday. Like, but I don't know him as a man.
Right.
So I feel like she kind of wanted it to be more than what it was. He didn't. And then when it flipped and was like, so not only do you not like me, you like Fatima. I feel like that's what hurt her feelings. And then she tried to shift it into a girl code thing. She made it seem like they were this couple, like to other people. So other people that were my friends stopped talking to me because they thought I stole her man. When in reality, like, y'all never
You
had
fixed,
anything.
is this the same clique you with now?
The two girls that I grew up with, yeah, we're friends. Tiara and Kiki, we're
So y'all
cool.
squashed that. You were like, no, this bitch is
We
bugging.
all
Don't treat me
talked it
like that.
out, right?
Okay.
We all talked it out, and
I
one
remember
thing
that.
exactly, we talked it out, and on top of that, I had receipts where she was literally saying he wasn't reaching out to her. How is a nigga your nigga and he not even talking to you?
Right.
So once, and I never justified anything, I never said anything when
But
she,
I think at one point he actually even like hit her up and was like,
yeah,
"Let
he
me tell you what
did.
this situation
He
is. Like,
did.
I don't really, I
Right.
don't like you."
Exactly. He did what
He
he
said it
needed
in his own way,
in
but that
his
was along the
exactly,
lines like, "Let me
exactly.
just keep it real with you,
Right.
and
And she
so you can
still
move on."
shifted the narrative as if I stole him and she led these people to believe something that it wasn't. So, I had other people that I grew up with that didn't speak to me, and I don't feel the name. I don't feel the need to clear my name in certain situations cuz
Mm-hmm.
I know me. I know I would never do that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't care what people think of me. So if you think I stole him, guess what? It's 4 years later. So even if it wasn't me, it still wasn't going to be her.
So what other issues do women get in?
Petty shit.
Yeah, I think it's just half the time, like Fatima mentioned, it's a lot of stuff that you just don't care to address. So if a
Mm-hmm.
girl feels like I had Fatima situation times about 10 different females with me, spanning from high school and on, that accused me of, you want my man, you be talking to my man, you did this in front of my
But in
man.
actuality, you never did. Like
Never,
Yeah.
I
never.
could see why people could say that about my situation, but you actually never were
Never.
with these
I had a
niggas.
situation, I don't want to say her name, but from high school. Me and that girl was dumb close. I was always in her house. We was together every fucking day. And there was this one boy that she was in love with to the death. And then it was probably my fault because I was always like the third wheel. But we was always walking home together. So we was always together. And I guess a situation happened where he confessed his love for me. And I
To
looked at
her,
him nuts.
he confessed his love to the girl and you.
Yeah, that he was in love with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she hit me up like she was crying and devastated, but she was like, you know what, you can have
You could
him.
be with
I
him.
don't.
We
We were like,
questioning.
what? We were
I,
like, I remember this, and I was like, I'm in the background, like, what the fuck is she talking about?
right, like,
Like,
cause we high school. Like, I don't want your man. I don't
right,
care about guys right now. Like, as there were specific guys that I like, and he just was not it.
right,
Like, that wasn't my type,
right.
at all. Like, he was a nice guy, but
Mm-hmm.
no. I
He was a
wanted,
weirdo.
yeah, I want he was like,
Or maybe he was deep, and we just couldn't recognize it in high school.
we were high school
Yeah, we
girls,
didn't
like,
Yeah.
get we didn't get
And it
any of the
wasn't
shit
high
he was
school
talking about.
today high school. It was high school where we
Right,
was
where you
still
was
wearing
still a
bell
little
bottoms.
kid, right?
yeah,
You still wore like bootcut
we was like
jeans.
DJ
Yeah.
Tanner and her little sister,
Exactly.
like
Right.
that's how
Exactly.
That's high school to us. Well,
It's
the
the
same thing
truth.
happened to me in high school. My childhood best friend at the time, sister, accused me of wanting her fucking man. Nobody
and
wants your
it's so
bum
weird.
project man.
Even the girl I went to elementary school, Julie, so you know who I'm talking about. She did the same thing to me with the boy we around the block that we grew up with, and I
Like-
was so confused. Like, no, like this boy played video games with my brother. Like, I don't. If I wanted him, we could have probably been had something. Like, we live across the street from each other.
Right. Why
Can
would
we,
I
can we
wait for
also state
him?
that for the record? If we really wanted these bitches, man,
But the thing
I
about
don't
it
want to
is,
sound
it's
like that, but
like,
it's the truth.
it's the thing about it is in a lot of situations what I think women or at the time little girls didn't understand is I knew him first. Like you could have been with him because he was in your house. Like why would you wait until he gets with
And
your
then
friend to then
I
want to
think
be
what
with
hurt
him?
me the most wasn't the fact that they say, "Oh, you can have him." it was the fact that I wasn't even a girl like that. Like, I wasn't interested in
Right,
guys. Like,
right.
I didn't even know what sucking dick was. Like, I didn't want to. I wasn't in that stage of my life yet. So
Right.
it just hurt my feelings. Like, I never talk about guys. I never do
Like
these things
basically
in front of
you don't
you.
know me well enough to know that I wouldn't do that one, and I'm not into that. As my
Yeah, I was so hurt.
friends.
Like, bitch, we was just doing arts and crafts together. Like, talking about Jay-Z lyrics and doing whatever
And
high
then you
school
accusing
girls
me,
do.
yeah.
And you think I want this guy. Why? I was so confused. Like, I never brought up anything, no such things like that. We weren't like that in high school.
Right, right,
So,
exactly.
So facts are 90% of the time women get into fights.
A lot of our shit
'Cause
could
some
be
bum.
squashed if we just had like real nigga conversations and sat down. Like the friendship that I fell out with, I did try to sit down and have a conversation, and her last thing to me was, well, I love you, but you know, from a distance. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm never gonna beg you to fucking be in my life, because one, I know what type of friend I am. I know that you could call me at any given moment. I'm gonna be there. If you broke, bitch, I got you. If you hungry, bitch, I got you. If you need something, bitch, I got you. Like, I'm that friend you can 100% depend on. So if someone is rejecting that, I'm not gonna fucking hold a gun to your head. Cause bitch, I know everything I touch turns to gold. So if you my friend,
You got
you
the Midas.
leveling up. Exactly. I got the Midas fucking touch. So if you are my friend and you're in my life, naturally you're gonna elevate. Like there's something that's gonna come out of it positive for the both of us. Not saying my friends teach me a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do you have friends for different reasons, or you go to any of them for different purposes?
no, I feel like all of my friends I could talk to about anything. Like every name that I mentioned thus far, those are people that I know I can go to with any situation in my life. One might handle it different from the next. So I know that
yeah.
if I need to calm down,
We all have
I
those.
The
know,
friends
right.
that I have now, there's specific things I could tell each one just because I know they would react in a different way.
Exactly. If
Like,
I know I need to calm down, I know don't call Shanae with calming
Because she
down,
ready.
because she's gonna be on go. Don't call Alicia if I want to calm down, maybe a little bit, but on certain situation, no, that bitch is ready to fire. She's
Right.
ready to let it out.
Yeah.
Chanel the same way. If I need something a little bit more logical, I might call Shannon or Danny. If I need something a little bit more spiritual, I would reach out to my sister or even you. Like, I know who serves what purpose, but I know that I could talk to them all,
yeah.
but they're all gonna give me different reactions. So
Shanae, you?
Yeah, I kind of got the same situation. All my friends are very different from each other. Like, between you, Momo, and then Karina. Those are like my three main people. But they all so different. Fatima's kind of like the main road dog. She knows it all. Family,
Person deep dark.
friendships, everybody's fucking business, my business, my man business. She know. Karina's more of like my lifestyle friend. Like, she comes through and she just knows things. She be like, "Oh, you looking for an apartment?" So, and she's just
well,
so
tell her to hit
smart.
me the fuck up.
She's so smart and worldly. Like, she can build things. Like, she's just one of those HTTV mom bitches. Like, she lit. Stacy is the bitch you go to. She got kids, so she knows it all. She can cook.
She's the resource.
Yeah, she's lit, and she's helped me through a lot of times where I didn't understand, like when I was going through pregnancy issues and helping me out with the baby. Like, she was always there, and of course our lives intertwined, just through years of friendship and bullshit that
happens.
happened
It
between
happens.
family. So, yeah.
Me, same. I have not different purposes like that, but I go to them for different reasons. Did your friends who don't know each other, now they do, but did they ever get into it where you felt like you had to choose a certain friend over another in a certain situation?
No, I think my friends always knew.
So they all click.
All my friends get it. Like, Shanae follows my friends, they follow her. Like, I've never had an issue where, like, I guess have been blessed enough to where my friends are a lot like me, even if they're not to a T. There, we have the same core values, the same core beliefs and wants and things like that. So when my friends come together, it just meshes. It just works. Like I've
Yeah, I
brought
feel like you
friends
have the perfect blend of friends.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I've gone on vacations with two friends. They were both friends with me. They never knew each other, and they all like got along. Like
Yeah.
I just have really good
Are
girlfriends to
they
where it
friends
works.
now?
Yes. So now,
Are you
like,
Yeah.
jealous if they ever do something because
no.
you introduce
Oh,
them? You're
I
not one
don't
of
give a
those
fuck.
bitches?
One, they know don't call me because I don't want to go. So, being that they know that about me, if they did decide to do something, I would probably be jealous if they wanted to fucking travel. Like, y'all bitches know if we get on a plane, call me.
Right.
But if
Firenze. Let's
if
go
it's
to
some
Italy.
regular shit, they went to go get bagels on Steinway. No, I don't give a fuck. Enjoy. Bring me one back.
Steinway.
Steinway's
gotta
a different
move.
beast right now.
I gotta move.
But yeah, no, all my friends are great. And I think that one thing, and the thing about my friends is, even though they're my friends, they all have their own friendships. So when I say my best friend Shanae, no one's offended because they know that's my best friend. They
Right.
know the history there. So no one gets upset like, oh, well, bitch,
And
I'm
plus, we're
your
not
friend.
children no
And
more.
we're not,
Yeah.
exactly, we're not little girls.
But
So
you know you always
they,
got that one friend that's still 18 years old.
yeah, I got like a gossipy friend. Like one of those girls, I won't say who, but one of those girls is very gossipy, very still like in the streets
You
and
know
da
who
da da
you are?
da.
No.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, she's still like a good girl, like super cool. But she gives me all the tea. If there's something I don't know, like she's very up on like the Instagram beefs.
Mm-hmm.
So she be knowing shit about Ari and Jada and Alexis Sky and all that shit that I don't know because I don't really pay attention to those people. But she be giving me all the tea and I be like, oh shit, I didn't know. So yeah.
So, navigating friendships and personal life. For me, I'm on this thing where, and it's, I mean, first of all, we're still in a pandemic. So, we about to be in phase 4 on Monday. Shout outs to Cuomo and de Blasio and us. I don't see my friends all day, every day, nor do I text them all day, every day. For me, as 28 years old, forget pandemic, I probably will spend time with my friends like once a month, and I'll probably hit them up like once a week. Is that bad, or is that because we grown ass women, kids, bills,
Whatever
family,
the case may be, I don't think it's an excuse. It's real shit. Like, I don't talk to all my friends every day. The only reason I be talking to Fatima now is this damn podcast. Like, to be honest,
Shout out to the
sometimes
podcast.
we wouldn't even talk to each. We text each other every
we
day?
we
Do we talk on the
DM
phone?
and
No.
send no, we don't talk on the phone like ever anymore. But we like DM every day. Like we send each other funny shit in our DM
DM,
every
Snapchat, and
day,
text
Snapchat
messages.
and text. But we don't sit on the we don't have time. Like she's dealing
Yeah.
with a whole child turning into a toddler. I'm always fucking working and I talk for a career. So I'm fucking tired. I don't have shit to say to nobody when my shift ends. So, and then you don't take it personal. And then, like, aside from being a mom, she also has to be a girlfriend. I also have to be a girlfriend. Like, you got a
Your
man to
layers.
cater to. And then, you know what I'm saying? Not that takes precedence over your friendships, because that's another motherfucking thing that bitches love to do. They get
Right.
into relationships and you never hear from that bitch again.
I don't
And then
like
they
that.
break up, and then it's like, oh, bitch, you was alive? Look at you shining out here.
I wouldn't appreciate my man to even allow that. I would want my man to be like, bitch.
Niggas don't know. They dumb.
No,
Well,
They don't be always knowing.
My
They
man don't even know stuff. He be lost.
He like they're just living their life with you.
Even when you tried to kill me 2 weeks ago,
I
showed him.
We're gonna have to tell that story.
I showed him. I said, "Look what Fatima said. Something you said was funny because we just talked about it." And I said, "Look, Fatima said it, babe." And he was like, "Oh, y'all talking?" And I said, "Why? Why wouldn't we talk?" It was just a funny. I was like, "Why did he ask me that?" Like, all right, I know I was in the hospital, but
Right.
I don't know.
They don't get it. But in reality, I could see why he
But I was
asked
like, would you
that.
not talk to your friend? He was like, I'm fucking that nigga up. I was like, would you not talk to your best friend if he did that to you? He was like, I'll fuck that nigga
But
up.
I see why he said that, because a lot of like friendships between women, like they do end on some petty shit. Like they do end on
Yeah,
some like,
he
you know
grew
what I'm
up in a
saying?
household full of women, so
Right.
I get it. But
And so did
it was
we.
funny.
Even our upbringing, we could it shows how we would handle a certain situation. I'm
But that's why
completely different
I feel
from
like me and you are so strong. Well, all three of us are so strong. We grew up around so many women with mouths
Right.
and
And
issues
issues.
that we like.
And
No, we're not doing
opinions.
that.
I never would understand why they would allow certain things to let them fall out. And that's
Right.
why I've always been like, no, I'm gonna ride for my friends. Like I'm always gonna be a friend to my friends, period. Because sorry, but I never respected it. So yeah, I could see why people feel that way about, friendships between women, because a lot of times, we have to admit it, we do let stupid shit get in the way of these beautiful friendships that we have. But I feel like now, with us seeing the value in each other, that's kind of subsiding a little bit, where like I said, women are like fixing each other's crowns, and you're beautiful and you're this and you're
I
that, and
think
let me help you.
I'm just at the point in my life where I'm so grateful and I respect everyone's situation. Like sometimes I think in my head, like we have all our friends, and there's some we can point out like that bitch is stupid.
Yeah.
But
That's her life.
but that's her life.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we just gotta, I'm at the age where I'm just like, look, I love you for who you are, and I'm gonna be there as much as I can. I might not support everything you do 100%.
Well, I do
but
expect you bitches to tell me what's what. Don't motherfucking have me
Well,
out here
no.
looking crazy.
Well,
I'm
let's
just
start with
saying, shit. I like from my friends that know me inside and out like you guys do. I wouldn't take anything
less than.
right. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, these
But
bitches
we
is
know you
coming
like that.
for
There's
me.
some
From
females
you
who
girls
get
sitting here
offended.
as my sister and then my best friend, yeah, I would expect nothing but the best and the
Right.
truth from y'all.
I always
Right.
put you on blast, and you be
you
in your
stay
feelings,
in.
but then the next day,
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I wouldn't
Yeah.
if you see Taj walking down the block with some random female. Hey, Sinead, what you doing? Like, don't keep. Oh,
I mean,
I don't
first
want
I'm
to
fighting.
tell her.
First I'm fighting, and
No,
then
yeah, I get it.
You
but
know what
ask
makes
questions first.
No, ask
What about Sinead
questions. We're gonna find that out when I walk up to them. How y'all know each other? Because I know you're not the sister. You're not one of the sisters. You're not the mother. Are you a cousin? Are you what's up? Let me know. Okay, blue. That's it. She's getting dropped. And then Shanae, let me
I
take
just
this
dropped
picture.
somebody.
Let me snap her. This bitch is on the floor. She was walking with Taj. That's it.
Would you expect them to fight and break up because of what you did, or would you get mad if they got back together? And you
No, I
just
wouldn't
dropped
get
this
mad
bitch?
if they got back together.
All right.
No,
'Cause
I feel like
this is
I'm telling you, there's real females out there that will be hugged up with him
I might
5 hours
tell
later
her. I might
after he
tell
cheats.
her about herself, but I'm gonna be like, but bitch, at the end of the day, that's the nigga you love. This you can't do anything about the person you love. As much as we want to,
I know.
love.
you
Let's
cannot.
I got a kid
and
with
you
this
have
man,
a child. So
I know.
aside from all of that, you cannot help how you feel about somebody. So even when they do you wrong, because we've all been there, where motherfucker do you wrong, but you still love them, you still with them, you still
We hold
building with
on.
them. So I wouldn't be
to
tight.
the extent if he's knocking my teeth out on
That's
some Emily
different.
shit.
That's different.
Please,
She's pregnant.
please
Don't
be
do
like
that.
Sinead.
Emily
It's
B.
time to
If
go.
y'all didn't know what Emily we talking about, we talking about
Don't do
Emily
that.
B. Okay, then
That's
yes,
alleged. Don't do
yes,
that.
then that's a different story. Like the nigga want to fucking knock your lights out.
There's
Cool J
bitches who be
style?
staying with them too. But let's not. We're
But
not
that's
getting into
different.
that.
That's a different story, right? We'll talk
we're
about
not
that another
getting into
time.
that.
That's different.
Any
So-
advice for friends, cliques, friendships, crews? Any advice for them?
Let your friends be. That's my biggest advice. A lot of times as women, we sometimes want things for our friends that they may not necessarily want. And that's where we get it fucked up at. If your friend wants to be with that nigga that sells nickels and dimes, let her. If she wants to fucking
Coupon.
let her. If she wants to fucking like whatever you're like, stop wanting more for your friends than they want for themselves. And not necessarily in a bad way, but let your friends be who they are, because we all have to experience things. Like
Yeah.
people
Accept
want
them for who they are,
right.
too.
Yeah.
People always want to like navigate you through life, and it's like, no, I have to figure this shit out for me. You could be telling me this nigga ain't shit, he's a dog, he's this, he's that, but until I feel that way, there's nothing I could that you can't change my mind.
Yeah.
And let me just throw in there, shout out to all the mothers who still make a point to try to be there in their relationships. And please don't feel bad. Like, when I first had my baby, I had a couple people who left me out of things and didn't even invite me and just assumed, oh, you're a mom now. That shit is fucked up and it hurts our feelings. And don't worry, girl, you gonna be back on your shit. Fuck them.
Any closing words, Jelisa, on friendships?
Shout outs to all the friends out there. Shout outs to all of my friends, your friends, your friends. Hopefully one day we can have some big, giant ass friend barbecue. That would be mad fun.
I would love. Okay, so I found this thing real quick. I found this like yacht in Turks and Caicos. I want to say maybe it's not Turks and Caicos. I know we can't travel right now, but we can look to the future and hope, right?
Okay.
So there's this yacht. You're literally on the yacht for like 8 days, and it has to be 12 people or more. It can't be less.
Bitch, I get seasick.
Yeah, me too.
It ports,
I was on a catamaran or
ports.
whatever the fuck you call it in ZR.
I could be on a boat for hours, not 8 days.
I believe it ports. I believe you go around like to different things, but you're like on a yacht. It's not even a boat.
We
It's
can't
like
do a
yacht.
Marine Terrace barbecue for now.
No. I'm like I said, I love to travel. That's
And
one
I
thing
know.
you'll
Yeah.
know about me. I love to like planes, like they're like the light of my life. Okay, take off. I love that shit. So no,
Bitch,
I
be with a
would-
pilot.
Not that much. And I love my man. He's not a pilot. He's a barber. So anyway, no, but that would be lit if we could do some type of girl excursion, even if it's maybe like you
mad
know,
friends.
not to Miami because Miami's now.
No.
But we could
Nobody's
do something,
going to Miami.
something cute, maybe LA or something like. No, but
Miami
you know what
is
I'm
for the
saying.
streets now.
Miami's dead for the streets. That's so sad because I love Miami.
JetBlue flights is $20.
Yeah, but
We're not going anywhere now.
That's why. Like, but
Just saying.
anywho, okay. So anyway, back on track. We got some ADD in us or something. We need medication. But
We fun.
shout out to all of our friends. We love you. We
Yes.
thank you. We appreciate you. And we just want y'all to know that at the end of the day, like, we're always going to be, you know, a family, even if you're a friend of a friend. So we love y'all. Tune in next week.
We
got
want to hear
some-
from you guys.
Yeah, we
Do
got
y'all
some
have
new
friends?
shit coming.
Post up your friends.
Always reach out to us. Did I Lie podcast across all social media platforms.
Yes.
Enjoy y'all
Yes.
day. Enjoy
Yes.
your summer. Wear your mask.
Wear your fucking mask and everybody get off Steinway. I live there. I appreciate y'all people on Steinway. Crowded up. I like my peace and quiet. So do all of the Muslims out there. And I'm not saying that in a way. It's this they hood.
Right. They trying to smoke they hookah and chill.
Right.
But
And
we will
relax.
see y'all next week.
Yes.
Later.
Bye.